Let's start my swap with the drink, eh? Oh man, this makes me feel sick to my stomach, but hey, push record and do the best that you can with what you're given and what you got, and not try and get sidetracked from the idiots, but it's really hard. Like, I just gotta stop. I just gotta ignore it. But I think that I'm helping you guys by saying, hey, just tell me where I'm wrong. You're an idiot because just don't call you names just to call you names to hurt your feelings. Try and prove it to you so you can fix it. But I don't know. It's insane. It's like it's absolutely insane in the membrane. Because no one controls their own brain. They've handed them over for some fucking reason. I can't get it. Anyways, I made the title of this to Upchurch. Like, here's the thing. He says he's a people reader and he knows what's going on in the world. And I think he's a very confused young man. And quite frankly, I love his boy, Captain Kirk. Instead of calling me crazy and insane and just seeing him clout chasing and just wanting to slam his boy because it makes me fucking feel good inside. No, bud, it doesn't. It takes a man to fucking pick himself up and admit that he was wrong and look at the situation from an outside observer. That's what I think I'm doing, and go, "Carl, really? You fail to see where your problem is. This Upchurch fella keeps claiming that he's chosen and he's down here working for Jesus and talks about light workers and all sorts of shit." So I'm like, all I was doing was asking to talk to somebody and fucking not a person, not a one. But hey, it's okay. I learned from you guys, and I do appreciate it. Like, if I wouldn't have had this something to fight back, it wouldn't have created the person that I am right now to be able to say, "Hey, I know what people are thinking. They're just not listening, so therefore they might not be thinking properly." But anyways, this was about Old Up Church. I keep going off. See what I mean? This is why I say I need someone to talk to so they can keep me on the straight and narrow. But so Upchurch says he knows people. Well, does he realize that? Well, he's the one that came out and said anybody who's voting for Biden, Harris, or the Harris or whatever, don't even want you as a fan. Just piss off. Instead of, if he felt that much that he didn't want those people, there'd be a reason. He'd think that Kamala was a real problem. But I have a hard time understanding because he tells people, don't get into politics, don't care what's going on. But when I tell you, you know what I mean? It's all sorts of weird. But anyways, I don't think he realizes. I don't think all Kamala Harris people who are going to vote for her are bad people. You know what I mean? I think they're just people maybe just caught in the rut of life and just need someone to point out to them, hey, maybe take the time. It's in your best interest to see what's really going on in the world right now because it's in big trouble. No, I'm not American Captain Midnight. The same shitards that are running my country are running your country. And why would we try and take over our country if you guys just want to sit back and fucking watch? Wouldn't you want to be a part of it? Huh? You weren't chosen. Well, unfortunately, you don't get to decide that, Captain Midnight. I don't care. I never said I was your chosen. So why is it so important for you that I'm not? Never asked you to come over to my channel. You're distracting me again. See, I try and make good points. I come on here with a plan of something to talk about, and then I let you morons distract me with your stupidity. So, anyways, not all, just like okay, I'll look at it like this. This is why I I don't wanna disassociate myself with Justin Trudeau voters. You know what I mean? We both know what I think of Justin Trudeau, right? We know that I think he's an evil, fascist piece of garbage, right? Like, those are just my opinions. But here's the deal, I can also put myself in these people's shoes, and I think I know what's going on. It's called brainwashing, my friend, and I just like to say to them, "Hey, maybe take a look. Like, let's let's actually sit down and take a look and prove to each other." You know what I mean? Because here's the deal, these people are good people, hardworking people who go to work, see their news, go on their Facebook. They don't read what's going on, right? They just see the big headline, Trump this, Trump that, like that Trump, horrible Trump. And they, because it's caught, like, they don't know they're caught in a manipulation, right? Like, if you go through Captain Midnight, if you go through and you look at that, well, we'll take that last little episode at the ceremony at the funeral home, right? Like, when you look into that, that's pretty gross how they tried to paint Donald Trump, but in the mainstream news, nobody charged, nobody nothing. Donald Trump, not even a word out of his mouth, but he's enemy number one, and he's causing chaos and mayhem and not respecting anybody. But yet he's there and not the actual president to show respect to. Well, was it the when you guys left Afghanistan? Is that what that one was for? I can't remember. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was poorly done, but anyways, these poor people keep getting off track, okay? But I was trying to make a point. They're seeing this stuff, you know what I mean? And they're also seeing the good points of Biden, you know what I mean? Where, they're not they're not showing people where he's like lost and shit and just they're not like listen, I don't know if you know this or not. The Ashley Biden diary story should like network should be clamoring after that. But in this day and age, nothing, man. Nothing. Like, you gotta tell these people who, like, the FBI might be owned by the Democrats. Why else would the FBI, 51 or 52 of them, sign off on a laptop saying it wasn't real, it was Russian disinformation, when they knew it was real information? But these people don't they're not looking for shit, you know what I mean? They just wanna go home, they see their stuff, they're on their phones, they wanna spend time with their family, they wanna have a nice meal, you know what I mean? But I think people are starting to having to take a look because it's hard to have a nice meal anymore, you know what I mean? It's rather kind of expensive and things are out of control, and they think voting the people in that got us in this I don't know, you have to look at when Trump was in office, right, and where we are now and gas prices and stuff like that, it's all sorts of yeah, I know you say I'm yammering cap at midnight, but really, am I yammering or am I saying some real stuff? Like, you wanna hate people. I'm just saying, "Hey, maybe if they sat down and actually took a look at what was going on in front of their face." You know what I mean? Here, we'll go back to Canada, but it's the same thing with Trudeau, you know what I mean? Our news is just as hammers on Trump, just it's a whole sad state of affairs. But It's our tax dollars paying for it, and our people don't realize what we're paying taxes to. They don't know that Klaus Schwab has said that he has penetrated Justin Trudeau. They don't know that Klaus Schwab's father was a Yahtzee player. And they don't know that our deputy prime minister was raised by a Yahtzee player. It doesn't make her a Yahtzee player, but the odds of it are up there. Maybe she's groomed. She did a book saying how the elites will run the world. Maybe if we got these people who just wanted their families, they just want to live. Maybe if we can actually show them that we're really not living because, well, the people in charge aren't really the people in charge. They're making our lives miserable. You know what I mean? Shit don't make sense to me, hillbilly. You know what I mean? I talk to people and they can't even figure out their own shit. Like, this is why I'm scared. When I say, hey, I can't even talk to my wife, I should be able to talk to her. We got the, and right afterwards, I was like, son of a bitch. You know what I mean? There's no coming back from that. You can't undo it. But what you can do is try and fix it if you can, or alert others. Now, I only think, I don't know, but my prime minister was trying to tell me, like, they forced it on the military, not just my government, but your government. They tried forcing it on us, and now they say that they didn't, and now everybody wants to forget about it because it's just the flu. They don't remember what they did to us, caused all this chaos. Go back a few years. Was humanity this fucking disconnected? Hating each other this much? I don't remember it. But then again, I was too busy working and knowing what was going on in the world and hating Donald Trump because, well, I was told to. Because what I looked at and I seen gave me reason to hate him. But if I would have read, there really wasn't a reason. Or if I would have looked into it, maybe he is the bad guy. Maybe he's got me fooled. I don't know. This is the thing. We could all find out. You know what I mean? But Upchurch could take a big opportunity and try and educate rather than fucking separate. He could say, hey, people, I know, like, please just take a look. But he doesn't know. How could a man who hasn't looked into politics hate one side or another? That's what I don't get. Like, please let me know. Hey, Symphony and Easy, how's it going? I know you have no idea what I'm talking about, Hillbilly, because I'm shooting a lot of information off that if you actually went and looked at, it might make sense. I'm scared for you, buddy. Did somebody say something about skimping? Carl's trying to simp. Yeah, I am a simp for God. That's the thing. Spiritual awakening makes you they make you think that you gain all this knowledge. No, you have to let a lot of shit go. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Letting shit go and find out what's fucking hurting you and deal with it and get it over with and do the right things. You know what I mean? It's anyways. You guys are falling right into their little trap. You know what I mean? Like, they knew that everybody wasn't gonna get this, and they could get us to fight against each other. They simulated it all, right? I mean, how they could like, you have to look into this. The WEF did a simulation on, well, how could we control the internet? Well, their simulation was pretty fucking good, I would say, probably, right? You don't got that. You're operating with Noah Harari's brain right now. Like I said, people just aren't aware. but we gotta make them wanna be aware. Don't you wanna be aware of what's going on? Huh? Like, oh, like deception. Yeah, I'm a deceiver. I'm saying, "Hey, go check out information for yourself." If I'm saying something that's untrue, it's my duty as a man of God to come to terms with that fact that I don't have the truth, and, well, it's better to get with the actual truth than to hold on to a lie that makes me feel good. It's a social experiment for sure. For sure it is. Like, something ain't easy. I always say they're telling us what they're doing. Bill Gates is writing damn books about it. They're having simulations about it before. The Simpsons just happened to know about a trucker convoy before it happened. I don't know, like, come on. When do we just like, "Hey, are you guys scared to find out what reality actually is?" Because I don't think we have a clue what it is. Not a fucking clue what's going on. Like, I say they're Satanists, and I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, like Dave Grohl. I tell you guys that. The whole Diddy situation, why is that guy still out on the streets? And why isn't anybody asking Justin Bieber, "Hey, you could help a ton of people if you just tell your story." Either way, is Diddy a good guy or is he not? Don't be ashamed of what happened because, well, quite frankly, you got taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Nice energy for a Monday. It is, isn't it? I'm sharing my love with you. You know what I mean? Hey, guys, go check out for yourselves. Hey, open your brain a little bit. Doesn't it say in the Bible, think like a child? I don't think it's half the faith of a child. The faith children don't have much faith as a child. It's their imagination, right? That willingness to believe that anything's possible. You know what I mean? A man child. You know what I mean? Balance. Have the right hemisphere of your brain functioning properly. Wonder what my child thinks. Oh, would you like to ask them there, Captain Midnight? Would you would you like to answer some questions for me, bud? Would you do that? Would you take the time for that? Seriously, I want your serious answers, not your trolly bullshit, but whatever. Hey, do you think you should have, as a man, been able to hold your children accountable for cleaning their own messes? Do you think that that's a hard ask? Don't worry, I didn't enforce it because I couldn't. I'm just told that's not the way to do it. My kids are special for some reason, and they just don't have to do it, and someone will do it for them. See, is that that's been instilled in my children. They're not responsible for their own messes. Now, Captain Midnight, what else would you do if, well, they weren't held accountable for any of their actions? One of them, in fact, can steal everything I've ever owned from me. How would you feel if that was you? Huh? In fact, how would you feel if, when you did try and make them clean up their own messes, they told you to fuck off and die? They fucking hate you. They want to see you dead. How would that make you feel? When you're always more than willing to say, "Hey, what's hurting you? Let's stop. What have I done to?" Because you want to paint me as this horrible father, but I can show you plenty of videos where my wife will tell you I was the perfect fucking husband. They got any vacations they ever wanted. Th- I don't know where they needed for anything. I busted my ass off for my family. I also I also made time for myself to do things that I like to do, but I used to travel too. I used to go all over the place and watch UFCs all the time. Montreal, uh, Vegas, Toronto, Detroit. There's probably some other ones. I don't know. I traveled like no, like to Mexico with my wife. Been to Cuba with the family a few times. Been there with my wife. We've been to Florida a lot. My kids have been to Disney like, I don't know, 5 times, 6 times, I don't know. Well, come on, bud, answer the questions. How would you feel? How would you feel as a man and you have 3 grown adults in your house that don't pay a cent, 2 of them who are totally dependent pretty much upon you? I can't have my grass cut. It's embarrassing, but I'll let the neighbors see what they wanna see, see because I know when they look at that grass, they see me, but it's a facade. It's me actually trying to stand up for myself and to get the right things done. But for some reason, I can't do that. What would you do, bud? I would think my character is such that I wouldn't have to worry about rising on there. Captain Midnight, you are so intelligent, aren't you? Oh man, what else do we got here? Think there's UFOs, Captain Midnight? Huh? Would that rock your brain? Huh? Here, I'm gonna play this little bit here. What's his name? Luis Alessandro. Yeah, he's saying that the government doesn't think that people could handle the truth. We need to find out if this guy's a big fat liar or not. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't we handle they say because religions would fall and crumble. Well, fuck, if we're being told a lie, isn't it better to know the truth? Like, fuck. Like, our government thinks it's better for us not to know the truth. Do you fucking get that? Really? Like, you know that Eisenhower supposedly had some UFO visitors, right? Captain Midnight. It's not absurd to think that there's something out in the sky and something's been happening lately. Like if you look at Mr. MRB 333, you know, there's stuff out there, buddy. And well, hey, I was gonna go into UFO stuff, but let's take a look at the state of affairs that we're currently in, right? Captain Midnight, are you obvious to this? We're on the brink of war, right? Yeah, I know you probably don't fucking pay attention. All right, okay. You don't pay attention. We're on the brink of war. Okay. So what I want you to do is open your little brain capacity here. They're really trying to have something start with Iran. For some reason, Iran's the one. Iran's the one. Now, if we think back to what old Carl has said in the past, the old Trumparoonie there, well, he tried fixing all that Iran stuff, right? If your government came in, gave them an extra $6 billion for a 6 for 6 deal, and then some 10 billion or something. Fuck, I don't know. Anyways, they gave a whole bunch of money to Iran, and they gave Iran the ability to trade a little bit more and get their bank accounts back up and undo what Trump had actually done. But the the most interesting part of it is that let's go back to the paperwork where dumb Biden isn't responsible for, and he's still your president. Well, I seen a video where Trump's talking about the paperwork that they took from him. Now, he's talking about how it shows his government trying to set him up so it looks like he starts a war with Iran. Now, you'll have to go check this out for yourself, okay? But they got a hard on, and she's hard for Iran. Now, should we be worried? Should we? I mean, they were willing to frame a president for being the cause of war with Iran. Like, you have to go check this shit out for yourself. And if I'm lying, then let me know. Speaking of which, remember how I told you guys I seen this video where um he's like in this meeting or something and they ask him a question, and this is all I'd seen and I hadn't looked into it anymore, but they asked him if he knew who Anonymous was. And he said yes. And they said, well, are you willing to tell us? And he said, no, but you'd be surprised. That was what was said. But just the other day, I was looking at something else, and I didn't know Anonymous threatened to go after Donald Trump and all that stuff neither. That's kind of interesting. But like I said, you never know. More of the story comes in, and then I watched more, and Trump's talking a lot more about how he knows who they are. Like, if Anonymous is bad, then why isn't Trump why isn't he exposing who Anonymous is? You know what I mean? Why is he, but then again, maybe Anonymous found out that Donald's not maybe they have, who knows? I don't know. These are the things that we should try and figure out. Uh, my hillbilly. Did you notice I'm really not trying to pay attention to you, bud? I'm trying to get the message out there because, well, they're trying to like, are they getting you stirred up enough for almost well, old Upchurch wants a civil war. Are they getting that all riled up, old Billy Gates style? But then again, you got to ask yourself, when do they crush your dollar? When do they got that plan? Because, well, quite frankly, you'd have to go take a look for yourself. But all your enemies, they are currently all going gold backed so that they can say, surprise, your money ain't worth shit. Surprise, surprise. Hey, do you guys know if there was to be a war, did you know you're low on supplies for your weaponry? And quite frankly, those come from China.